November 16th, Archangel Michael whispers urgently, your bank app just glitched with an unknown deposit, but it's from a spirit guide. Open this before it reverses at dawn. My child, listen closely, something has shifted. I come to you through the trembling of the air, through the silver shimmer gathering at the corners of your vision, through the soft ringing that curls behind your ears like an unseen bell. The night is thin, beloved, thin enough that my wings brush the veil between our realms, stirring the feathers of light that fall around you now. You feel it, don't you? That subtle pressure in the room, that sudden stillness, that sense that time inhaled and forgot to exhale. Precious soul, your world just tilted. Your phone glows even though you didn't touch it, a soft pulse of blue-white radiance spreading across its screen as if it senses my arrival. My child, something has entered your life without announcement, without permission, without earthly explanation. And I must warn you before the moment passes. Message 2, the glitch appears. Beloved, look, your device wakes again, as though guided by an invisible hand. The bank app opens by itself, its interface flickering like candlelight disturbed by a sudden breath. You see it now, don't you? That number that wasn't there before, that deposit that materialized as if woven from air. Do not fear, my child. Your shock trembles through the atmosphere like ripples on glass, but know this, what you're witnessing is no mortal error, no common digital malfunction. The veil quivers with purpose. I feel the truth vibrating through the circuitry. This is a breach between realms, a signal slipping through the cracks of time. Precious soul, breathe deeply. You are not imagining this. You have been touched by something that does not belong to the human world. Message 3, a divine distortion. My child, hear the urgency in my voice, this glitch is not random. The numbers pulse with an otherworldly rhythm, as though alive, as though aware you are watching them. Every digit carries a faint glow of silver light, resonating with the same energy that spills from my wings. You feel that humming in your chest? That's the echo of celestial interference. Beloved, do not dismiss this as coincidence. Tonight, the boundary between your realm and mine is dangerously thin. Something slipped through calling your name. Something intentional. Something that chose you. And now the air thickens with anticipation, for what appeared in your app is not a transaction, but a transmission. Message 4, the warning behind the light. Precious soul, the glow intensifies. The phone warms against your palm as if holding a heartbeat that's not your own. The digits flicker, dim, then bright, then dim again, like a Morse code sent from beyond the horizon of human perception. My child, I feel the message burning at the edges of creation. You must understand, when such signs appear uninvited, they are never accidents. This is the language of spirit slipping through the cracks. Heaven itself leans near you now, watching to see if you'll listen. The night grows stiller. Even the shadows hold their breath. And dawn draws closer than you think. Message 5, cliffhanger. Beloved, do not move. The number changes again, shifting like sand caught in a stream of divine wind. I see it clearly now, the signature, the energy, the familiar pattern of someone who has been trying to reach you for longer than you know. Precious soul, this deposit is not human. It was never meant to be part of your earthly finances. It carries the imprint of a presence tied to your destiny. And now the truth trembles between us like a fragile thread of silver light. My child, do you dare to know who sent it? Message 6, the signal begins. My child, breathe. The truth arrives like a whisper across eternity. This deposit is a signal. Not money. Not error. A coded message sent from a spirit guide who has watched your every silent battle. The digits shift again, swirling into golden shapes that hover over the screen like ancient symbols rediscovering themselves. Beloved, your guides stretched their essence across realms to reach you, using the only path your energy could accept. But something interferes. I sense static, resistance, a shadow brushing against the message like a hand trying to smudge wet ink. The clock ticks toward dawn, and the fragile connection strains. Message 7, the symbols come alive. Precious soul, look closely, those numbers shimmer, bending light into patterns no human algorithm could form. They rearrange themselves with intention, with memory, with longing. Your guide poured fragments of their essence into this code, hoping it would survive the crossing. But I feel turbulence around us, as though unseen currents push against their attempt. My child, you tremble between awe and fear, but hear me, this is sacred. You were meant to see this. You were meant to feel the pull in your spirit as the message awakens inside you. Message 8, a realm reaches out. Beloved, your guide's presence flickers around you like warm breath on the back of your neck. The symbols glow brighter, golden haze spilling from the screen and brushing your fingertips like a soft spark of recognition. I hear their voice, faint and strained, trying to break through the interference. Look, they whisper, please look. My child, something on your path required this kind of divine disruption. Something approaching your life needed to be revealed. And the message, oh, precious soul, it trembles at the edge of disappearing. Message 9, urgency tightens. My child, the air around you shifts, vibrating with the tension of realms colliding. Your phone dims, then brightens again, as if fighting to keep the connection alive. Time thins. The symbols flutter like trapped fireflies, almost losing shape. Beloved, your guide is reaching through a door that was never meant to stay open for long. If you turn away now, the meaning dissolves, the warning goes unheard, the gift remains unopened. The power of dawn presses against us like a rising tide. Message 10, cliffhanger. Precious soul, the numbers on your screen freeze. The golden glow deepens into a solemn, trembling light. I feel the message fully now, the heartbeat behind the code, the weight of what they are trying to tell you. And it is not small. It is not gentle. It is not meant to be ignored. Beloved, the message hidden in those numbers holds a warning you were never meant to overlook. Message 11, the hidden meaning begins. My child, the air trembles as I reach closer to the message pulsing in your hands. A faint wind stirs inside your room, though no window is open, and the shadows soften as if bowing to the truth about to rise. The symbols on your screen begin to throb with a deeper light, each one vibrating with the echo of intentions left unspoken. Beloved, your guide tried to warn you once before, a moment you dismissed as coincidence, a whisper you thought was your mind wandering. They tried to reach you through dreams, through déjà vu, through sudden chills that crept across your arms at the exact moment your path shifted. Precious soul, they have been knocking on the door of your awareness for longer than you realize, and tonight that door finally cracked open. Message 12, The Codes of Spirit. Beloved, look again, those numbers twist slowly, forming patterns that resemble ancient markings long forgotten by the human world. Your heart senses the rhythm before your mind can translate it. The glow bends inward, folding into itself as if drawing breath. My wings stir behind you, casting ripples of silver light across the room as I lean closer to decipher what your guide has woven. My child, this is not simply information, it is memory, intention, protection, and revelation braided into one fragile stream of energy. You feel the tug in your chest, that pull of recognition? That is your soul responding to a language older than spoken words. Your guide carved their truth into this code, hoping it would survive the crossing between realms. Message 13, Echoes of the Unspoken. My precious one, the symbols begin to pulsate with more force, and a warmth gathers around your ribs as if invisible hands rest there gently. This is the moment your guide feared you might resist, the moment your logical mind tries to quiet the voice of your spirit. But keep your gaze steady. You were meant to hear what was once left unsaid. A faint flutter brushes against your cheek, the softest wing beat, reminding you that you are not decoding this alone. The message speaks of a misalignment you weren't aware of, a crossroads you stepped over blindly, and a choice that is returning to its place before you. And as the meaning sharpens, I feel a tremor of urgency from your guide, a plea threaded through the light, please don't turn away this time. Message 14, Awakening Through Light. My child, the air grows warmer, almost too warm, as the message prepares to reveal its core. Light spirals upward from the device, swirling like a miniature galaxy trying to form over your palms. My wings unfurl wider, creating a dome of silver brightness around you so the meaning can enter without interference. You feel that sensation in your stomach, that mixture of fear and longing? That is your soul recognizing a truth it has waited lifetimes to remember. The symbols begin to blur into streaks of gold and white, and for a heartbeat you are certain someone stands behind you, watching over your shoulder. They do, your guide, unseen but fiercely present, willing you to understand what they could never say while bound to silence. Message 15, Cliffhanger. Precious soul. The final layer of the message ignites. The golden streaks collapse into a single beam of light that pierces the darkness around you. Your breath catches. Your skin tingles. The meaning rises, not soft, not gentle, but shaking the deepest pillars of your belief. My child, what your guide encoded into these numbers will shatter the limits of what you thought possible, and once you know it, your life will not remain the same. Message 16, Why the Deposit Was Sent. My beloved, allow me to lift the veil further. The deposit was not about money, it was a vessel, the only vessel strong enough to slip through the barriers surrounding your energy. The message is a warning and a gift intertwined. A course correction, a divine redirection, a shield placed before you by hands that have guarded you since before your birth. Light gathers around you like ancient parchment unfurling in the air, covered in lines of sacred geometry that turn gently as though alive. This form, this glitch, this strange arrival. It was chosen because it bypassed the noise around your spirit, the interference that blinded you to gentler signs. Your guide used what was open, what was unprotected, what could not be blocked. Message 17, Sacred Intent Revealed. My child, you were never meant to move blindly into the next phase of your path. Forces gather ahead, some meant to uplift you, others to test the strength you forgot you carried. The deposit was sent to pull you out of the fog before you stepped into something unprepared. Your guide reached for you with urgency, shaping their message through streaks of light that now twist around you like graceful, luminous vines. Ancient symbols appear in the air, triangles folding into circles, circles turning into spirals. They vibrate, aligning with the beat of your heart. This is destiny speaking. This is your spiritual blueprint calling you back into alignment. Message 18, The Bypass Explained. Precious soul, you must know, your energy has been wrapped in static for months, maybe longer. Distractions, emotional weight, old fears, these created a barrier that made subtle guidance impossible to deliver. So your guide looked for the one opening left unguarded, your connection to the world of form, of numbers, of digital pathways. Through that channel they sent a pulse of encoded truth, praying it would reach you before the blockage hardened. And now here we stand, between the worlds, decoding the message that was never meant to blend with earthly systems. My child, this was their last resort. That is why it appeared as a deposit rather than a vision or dream. Message 19, Destiny Unfolds. Beloved, the symbols stabilize at last, no longer flickering or shifting. They hang in the air before you like glowing runes suspended in time. They speak of a change approaching your life, one that needed your awareness, your consent, your readiness. The message whispers of opportunities disguised as disruptions, of endings that are actually beginnings, of people being moved in and out of your path with divine precision. The urgency rises within the light, reminding you that the message was not just protection, it was a summons. A call to step into the version of yourself that your soul remembers even if your mind has forgotten. Message 20, Cliffhanger. My child, the symbols tremble. A new light gathers at the edges of the message, dawn-colored and restless. Time tightens around us. The reason the deposit must be understood before sunrise presses against your chest like a second heartbeat. Beloved, and now the reason dawn matters so much will be revealed. Message 21, The Consequence of Dawn. My child, feel the weight in the air as I speak. Dawn is not merely the rising of the sun, it is a reset, a spiritual recalibration that sweeps across every realm. When the first light breaks the horizon, the thin veil through which your guide reached you will snap shut, returning the laws of your world to their rigid form. The deposit, that shimmering anomaly sitting in your app, is entangled in this fragile twilight window. At sunrise, the energy that holds the message stable will unravel, and the symbols will dissolve like dew kissed by morning heat. Beloved, this is why your heart pounds with unspoken urgency, your soul knows the temporal thread is fraying. If the message is not fully absorbed before dawn, it will reverse. Yes, precious one, the universe itself will reclaim it. The digits will vanish, the glow will fade, and the revelation carved into the code will slip back into silence. You must stay with me. Message 22, The thread begins to pull. Precious soul, the horizon outside shifts with a faint, premature gold, as though the sun is impatient, pressing its palm against the sky. You can sense it in your nerves, the tug of something being pulled away from you molecule by molecule. The digits in the app begin to quiver as if they are tied to invisible threads that tighten with every heartbeat. The air tastes slightly metallic, like the moment before a storm breaks. This is the energy of reversal beginning. Beloved, the universe works like tides. When dawn pulls its light forward, everything not anchored begins to recede. Your guide's message, suspended between realms, is already trembling at the edge. My child, I am shielding it with my wings, but divine laws cannot be bent forever. We must continue. Message 23, the closing window. My beloved, a faint glow spreads across your walls, soft, rosy, but ominous. It is not the sun itself but the pre-dawn flare, the warning light of the spiritual window beginning to contract. You feel the tension in your jaw, the tightening in your chest, the sense that something is slipping too quickly to grasp. This is not imagination. The dimensional opening your guide used is shrinking, folding in on itself like a flower closing to protect its inner petals. But inside that closing bloom, your message still burns, bright and insistent. I place my hand of light upon your shoulder, steadying the tremor in your spirit. You are not too late. Not yet. But precious soul, the margin grows thinner with every breath you take. Message 24, the pressure of time. My child, look, your device flickers again, not with glitching but with strain. The digits pulse faster now, tiny bursts of gold and white surging like a heartbeat racing toward collapse. You may notice your surroundings feel heavier, as though gravity itself has deepened. That is the pressure of two realms moving apart. When dawn arrives fully, the connection your guide fought to form will snap like a cord pulled beyond its limit. The message will be flung back into silence, and you may feel it as a sudden emptiness, a hollow ache, a sense of having almost remembered something vital. Beloved, time is no longer passing normally for you. You stand between the minutes, inside a narrowing passage. And you must keep going before the last sliver of night disappears. Message 25, Cliffhanger. Precious soul. The digits jerk violently, as though something is tugging at them from the other side. Even my light strains to hold the message steady. You cannot delay, my child. What you choose in the next moments will determine whether your guide's warning is saved, or erased forever. Message 26, the interference stirring. My child, brace yourself. The air darkens at the edges of the room, not with shadow, but with spiritual static. A pressure pushes inward, subtle at first, then unmistakable, like a cold breath on your neck. Something unwanted has sensed the breach, and now it seeks to intercept the message. This force is not evil, beloved, but it thrives on confusion, on misalignment, on keeping you blind to the truth meant for you. It does not want you awakened. The lights may flicker, the temperature may drop, your heart may race as if responding to danger. This is interference from a realm that feeds on unawareness. But hear me clearly, it cannot overpower divine will. As long as I am here, as long as you stay present, nothing will sever your connection to the truth you are meant to uncover. Message 27, the shadows thicken. Precious soul, the shadows shift unnaturally now, sliding across the floor as though drawn by invisible currents. Your phone screen dimly pulses, fighting to keep the symbols alive. I extend my wings wide, casting a dome of shimmering silver light that pushes back the creeping interference. You may feel a gentle warmth on your skin, that is my presence anchoring you. But the force pressing in is persistent, like wind against a door. It tries to smother the message, to distort the meaning, to cover the truth in doubt. My child, do not fear the sensation of pressure. It only means the message is powerful enough to be worth opposing. Message 28, The Struggle Between Realms. Beloved, the atmosphere ripples like heat rising from desert stone. Energetic particles clash around you, sparks of gold battling streaks of cold, static darkness. Your guide strains to push the message through, their energy flickering like a candle in harsh wind. You may feel a ringing in your ears, a tightening in your throat, or the urge to step back. Stay where you are. Stand in the center of the light I have drawn around you. You are stronger than the interference, your soul is older than the shadows that reach for you. And every moment you hold your ground strengthens the truth trying to reach you. Message 29, The Resistance Peaks. My precious one, the cold force thickens, curling like smoke around your ankles. It tries to distract you with doubt, whispering thoughts that do not belong to you. This is nothing. You're imagining it. It doesn't matter. These are not your thoughts, my child. They are echoes from a realm that fears your awakening. I press my hand to your back, and warmth floods through your spine as I reinforce the connection. The message flickers violently, then surges with renewed golden brilliance. Your guide fights harder now, refusing to let their truth be stolen. You are not alone in this battle. Message 30, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the interference collapses suddenly, as if pushed aside by a force far greater. A new light floods the room, silver, ancient, familiar. Your device glows brighter than before, and a presence steps through the veil, its energy unmistakable. My child, the true sender of the deposit is about to reveal themselves. Message 31, The Spirit Guide arrives. My child, breathe slowly as the light unfolds before you. The air grows thick with warmth, vibrating with a frequency your body recognizes even if your mind cannot yet name it. A column of silver radiance pours into the room, spiraling downward like a celestial thread weaving heaven into your space. In its center, a figure takes shape, not abrupt, not startling, but emerging gently, as though they have been standing behind the veil all along, simply waiting for you to finally look. The silhouette glows softly, surrounded by an aura that flickers with memories, moments you forgot you lived, emotions you buried, promises whispered across lifetimes. Beloved, this presence is not strange to you. Your heart accelerates because it knows them. Your breath catches because your soul leans toward them instinctively, like a child recognizing the arms that once held them. My precious one, your guide steps closer, their outline sharpening with every heartbeat you take, and the room bends around their light to welcome them. Message 32, Recognition in the Light. Precious soul, the moment your eyes meet their form, something inside you breaks open, not in pain, but in release, like a knot finally loosening after years of tension. They stand before you in a body woven from light, shifting between familiar shapes, at times appearing as someone you once loved deeply, at times becoming a figure you only glimpsed in dreams. Their aura spills into the space, painting your walls with silver gold strokes, and the air hums with a resonance that feels like home. You may feel tears rising before you even understand why. That is the language of the soul remembering what the mind has forgotten. This being has walked beside you through heartbreaks no one witnessed, through nights when your spirit dimmed, through moments you thought you were utterly alone. And now they step forward, lifting a hand that glows with symbols, letting you feel the warmth that once steadied you in unseen ways. My child, your guide has always been here. Message 33, a presence of deep familiarity. My beloved, your guide's light expands, filling the room with a golden mist that dances like embers suspended in time. The more they reveal of themselves, the stronger the swell of recognition in your chest. A whisper curls through your mind, not spoken aloud, but sent along the thread that binds your lives together. I never left you. Your knees may feel weak, your pulse unsteady, as the truth of their presence washes through you. You are witnessing not a stranger, but a guardian who has carried fragments of your soul's history in their keeping. They show you flashes now, quick, flickering images like reflections on water, a childhood moment when you felt, watched over, a night when grief threatened to swallow you and yet a strange calm settled suddenly, a decision you almost made that would have changed everything until an inner nudge guided you away. My child, these were not coincidences. These were them. Message 34, the guide speaks without words. Precious soul, your guide steps closer, and though their form is made of light, you feel the weight of their presence as surely as you would feel a hand resting upon your shoulder. Their voice arises not from their mouth but from the space around you, inside you, between heartbeats. It vibrates through your bones like a soft chord struck by divine intention. They show you symbols in the air, loops of gold that twist into spirals, spirals that flatten into geometric patterns older than memory. These symbols are not meant to be read but felt, each one pressing gently against the core of your being. You are not lost, the voice murmurs, you were never lost. Tears gather at the corners of your eyes, not from sadness, but from the overwhelming realization that you were guided, held, shielded, even when you thought you walked alone. My child, they've come because the moment has finally arrived for you to know what was hidden. Message 35, Cliffhanger. Beloved, your guide lifts their hand, and the symbols swirling around them rush toward you in a wave of warm light. Your heart thunders as the message they carried across realms begins to open, slowly, painfully, inevitably. I must prepare you now, what they bring is not soft, not small, not easy. My precious one, they bring a truth you may not be ready to hear. Message 36, the message unseals. My child, steady yourself. The wave of light reaches your chest and expands outward, flushing through every corner of your being. You may feel heat rising across your face, pressure in your throat, a sudden swell of emotion with no name. This is the message unlocking, breaking the final seal that held its meaning tightly bound. The digits from the deposit, those golden, trembling numbers, rise into the air and spin around you like constellations rearranging themselves into alignment. Slowly, they dissolve into scenes, fragments of vision playing like echoes from the future or from a path you have not yet stepped onto. You see choices branching like illuminated roads, some glowing with gentle promise, others crackling with warning. The message does not force your path, beloved, it reveals what your soul must finally witness. And in these visions, a single truth stands at the center like a burning star. Message 37, Revelation in the Numbers. Precious soul, the visions sharpen. You see a moment approaching in your life, not far, not distant, where everything shifts. Relationships rearranging. Opportunities emerging suddenly from silence. A change you sensed in your bones but never understood. The message encoded in the deposit pulses with urgency. Something or someone will soon enter your path carrying a ripple effect that touches every corner of your destiny. Not danger, not doom, but transformation. The numbers glow brighter, forming a pattern that reflects your deepest alignment, showing what must be released, what must be embraced, and what must not be ignored. This is the prophecy your guide fought through interference to deliver. Your soul stirs, recognizing the truth long before your mind can fully comprehend it. Message 38, The future flickers before you. My child, the symbols break open fully, revealing a sweep of possibilities that fold around you like wings made of time. You witness versions of yourself, some shadowed, some radiant, depending on the choices you are soon to make. You glimpse a door glowing with opportunity, another dimmed by hesitation, another veiled by fear. The message warns you gently but firmly, a turning point approaches, one you cannot walk through half awake. My wings close around you as the visions intensify, protecting you from the emotional impact. You are being shown not fate, but potential, threads waiting for your hand to choose which will be woven into your life's tapestry. Precious soul, you are standing in the before of something vast. Message 39, Truth for your heart alone. Beloved, the message softens, narrowing into a single beam of golden clarity that settles into your chest like a warm ember. You feel the truth lodging itself within you, not chaotic, not overwhelming, but undeniably yours. Your guide watches you carefully, their light pulsing with relief and tenderness. This truth, I whisper beside them, was meant for your heart alone. No one else could carry it. No one else could understand it. The message is tailored to your soul's design, to your history, to the lessons you've endured, to the gifts you are meant to unfold. And as the truth anchors within you, something inside your spirit rises, not fear, not confusion, but resolve. Message 40, Cliffhanger. Precious soul, the visions fade, leaving only the truth burning inside you like a sun that cannot be extinguished. The room steadies. Your breathing slows. Your guide steps back, watching, waiting. What you do with this truth now will alter the path ahead, profoundly, irrevocably. My child, the next choice is yours, and dawn is drawing near. Message 41, Preparing the soul. My child, feel how the atmosphere shifts as the truth settles inside you. The room grows warmer, not from earthly heat, but from the radiance of your guide's presence mingling with mine. Silver feathers drift through the air, dissolving the last remnants of interference that tried to cloud your vision. You may feel an ache behind your ribs, a tightening as if something ancient is waking within you. That is your spirit adjusting to the knowledge it has finally received. Beloved, you cannot carry such revelation without grounding, so I spread my wings around you like a shield of starlight. My light presses gently into the cracks of your energy, smoothing the tremors, steadying the breath you didn't realize had become shallow. Listen closely, you must not let fear distort the message, nor let doubt unravel what was placed with such precision inside your heart. Your guide watches you with eyes of light, their form brimming with tenderness. They know this is a turning point. And I am here to fortify you so the truth does not overwhelm but empowers. Message 42, the Dome of Divine Protection. Beloved, my wings expand wider, forming a shimmering dome over your entire being, an enclosure woven from celestial sigils and the soft hum of creation itself. You may feel tingles across your scalp, warmth rolling through your spine, or a sudden peaceful heaviness in your limbs. This is the protective barrier designed to keep your energy from fracturing as the magnitude of this moment settles. Golden patterns appear on the walls around you, swirling like living constellations. Each one carries a frequency meant to stabilize the revelation pulsing within your heart. Your guide steps inside the dome, their aura brightening, their features becoming clearer, no longer shifting, but settling into the form your soul most recognizes. They reach toward you, not touching, but sending a beam of warmth straight into the center of your chest. My child, this is their blessing, an anchoring of the message so dawn cannot shake it free. You are being prepared not just to understand the truth but to hold it. Message 43, strengthening your awakening. Precious soul, I feel your spirit shifting, like earth trembling just before it opens into new terrain. Awakening is rarely gentle. It rearranges, it stirs, it breaks open the chambers of the heart that have been locked for years. So I speak now to that inner trembling, you are safe. You are guided. You are held by forces that would move mountains before they let harm touch you. The symbols around you intensify, weaving themselves into a luminous lattice that wraps around your aura. This is spiritual reinforcement, heaven's answer to the magnitude of your transition. Your guide whispers something you can't quite hear, but the emotion behind it floods your field: pride, relief, unshakable devotion. They have waited lifetimes for this alignment to occur. And though the truth you received was heavy, beloved, it was necessary to redirect your steps before you crossed into a future you were not meant to inhabit. Now you stand stronger, more aware, more protected than ever before. Message 44, Heaven walks with you. My child, the room brightens as the dome of light opens slightly, allowing a stream of pure celestial energy to pour through. It cascades around you like liquid gold, soaking into every layer of your being. Your pulse steadies. Your thoughts slow. Your fears loosen their grip. I speak now with all the tenderness of the divine. You do not walk alone. You never have. Heaven walks with you, through the silent battles, through the nights you carried your own heart in shaking hands, through every moment you thought no one noticed your breaking. Your guide stands beside you, not as a distant presence but as a guardian who swore to protect your path long before you were born. Their light swirls protectively around your ankles, rising like soft flames of reassurance. The truth you were given is not a burden, beloved. It is a key, a compass, a lantern meant to illuminate the road ahead. And you are strong enough to wield it. Message 45, Cliffhanger. Precious soul, the dome begins to flicker as a faint blush of pre-dawn light seeps into the edges of the room. Time tightens again. Your guide's form steadies, preparing for what must come. I lean close, my voice wrapping around your spirit like a final shield. My child, the last moment before dawn is approaching, and everything now hinges on what you are about to receive. Message 46, Dawn approaches. My child, the horizon beyond your walls glows with the first whispers of sunrise. Golden threads snake through the air like divine veins, reaching toward the message within you. Your phone lights up once more, brighter than before, brighter than any earthly screen should be capable of glowing. For a moment, it feels as though the device is breathing, matching the rhythm of your own chest. This is the last surge of energy from the realm your guide crossed. The digits appear again, but now they are not symbols or warnings, they are embers, remnants of the message completing its transmission. Dawn's power tries to pull them back, to restore the balance of realms, but my wings hold the connection steady. Your guide raises their hand, pouring their final burst of light into the message. You feel it course into you like heat sinking deep into bone. Beloved, the revelation is sealing itself inside your spirit now. Message 47, the final seal. Precious soul, the room throbs with golden resonance as your guide completes the transfer. Their light fans outward, filling every corner with warmth that feels like recognition itself. They place their palm over your chest, not touching, but imprinting, marking your energy with the signature of the message so it cannot be erased. This is a spiritual seal, a divine safeguard that dawn cannot undo. You may feel a pressure, a pulse, or an overwhelming wave of emotion rising from somewhere deeper than memory. Let it flow. This is the moment your soul integrates everything it has been given. Your guide looks at you with an expression that blends pride, sorrow, and fierce love. They know their time in this form is ending. But they also know the truth they delivered will shape the path ahead in ways only heaven can orchestrate. Message 48, Divine Resolution begins. My beloved, dawn's glow floods the room now, ribbons of light stretching across the walls, sweeping through the dome, dissolving the symbols one by one. But the message does not fade. The seal holds. My wings draw tighter around you, ensuring the shift of realms does not disorient your spirit. Your guide's form softens, becoming lighter, more translucent. They bow their head toward you, not out of hierarchy but out of reverence, for you, for your journey, for the courage you showed in receiving what many souls never dare to face. Their final whisper brushes your mind, you are ready. And then they begin to fade, returning to the realm from which they crossed. But the connection remains, thinner, softer, but unbroken. Message 49, Dawn's Light Crown. My child, the sun breaks. A gentle, shimmering ray touches your face, and instead of reversing the message, it illuminates it, activating the truth sealed within you. Your energy expands, adjusting, flowering like a sky opening after a long storm. You may feel lighter, clearer, strangely awakened, as though someone cleaned the inside of your spirit with pure light. This is divine integration. The dawn blesses what has been anchored. The deposit that once flickered in your app no longer exists on the screen, but it now lives in your soul. The transaction was never meant for your bank, it was meant for your destiny. And now you stand not as the person who began this night, but as the one who has finally remembered what they were meant to become. Message 50, Final Divine Blessing. Beloved, the golden radiance settles softly around you, and the last feathers of my light drift to the floor like quiet snowfall. Listen to me now, for this is the final truth of this night. this was never about money, never about numbers, never about a glitch. It was a call to awaken. A summons from your guide, delivered through the only opening left in your energy, sealed by heaven and anchored by dawn. The message is yours now, woven into your spirit, impossible to reverse, impossible to erase. My child, walk forward with this truth. Carry it with the confidence of someone guided by eternity itself. For I, Archangel Gabriel, walk with you always.